What's up, y'all? Something different, ain't it?
A little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, for everybody looking at this, like, what the hell is this? Who started this shit? Well, this is going to be a new series here on the High Chicago channel. It's going to be a series around my favorite subject, besides Marvel, of course, beer. And
What
today,
about baked goods? I thought that was a part of your shit too.
yeah, I'm trying
Cakes,
to,
cookies, pies.
trying to, I'm trying to get away from that, Sean. Stop reminding me. All you're
My bad, bro.
doing is just giving me something to something to get me back on the sugar train, and I don't need that.
I'm not a great friend, so it's fine.
Yeah, I can see that right now. But anyway, today we're going to talk about beer, and we figured why not talk about probably the most ubiquitous beer in Chicago.
Word of the day.
Oh, of course. I told y'all I'm smart and y'all are dumb, so I'm gonna always come with bigger words than you guys do.
Why beer though, bro? Like,
Beer has been a part of my life since I was 21. Actually, before that.
I'm about to say, don't lie to the audience.
But specifically craft beer. Because we're
Okay.
not just going to talk about Bud Light, MGD. We're going to be talking about the craft beers and the craft beer scene, which seem to have really taken off the last 10 years. $106 billion industry as it stands right now.
So you're saying you're some sort of craft beer lover, obviously.
Lover for sure.
Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who enjoy craft beer also. But would you consider yourself a connoisseur?
For sure, a connoisseur. For sure, a connoisseur. At this point, I probably tried over 1,000 beers.
You got receipts?
I mean, I got Tavor, but that only captures the last 5 years of beer drinking for me.
Wait, hold on. You have what?
Or Untapped. Oh, not Tavor, Untapped.
Okay, what is that?
Well, Untapped is just an app that allows you to track the things that you're drinking.
That's
and I
dope.
have reviews on there. It allows you to talk about what notes you taste the most.
Okay.
Things that stick out to you. It's essentially Apple Podcasts for beer. It allows you to leave a review. It allows you to talk about what's good. You even get to leave a star rating. It's amazing.
Okay.
But this is not an ad for Untapped. All right. Hashtag not a sponsor.
Not yet. Not yet.
Maybe one day. That's the hope. But today we're going to talk about probably the most famous Chicago beer. Okay. It's been available for consumption since 95, but that's kind of a misconception here. So it's been available at Goose Island. It's the Bourbon County brand stout, for anybody who doesn't know what this bottle actually is.
Okay.
It's been available at their brew pub since 1995 to drink, but they say that they've been brewing it since 1992. But all signs point toward 95. 95 is the first time they entered it into a beer competition. 94 was the first time they actually ever talked to the person where they got the barrels, which was from Jim Beam. So Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout is exactly what it sounds like. It's a stout that incorporates bourbon barrels.
Is it Goose Island Chicago based, or am I tripping?
It is Chicago based, which is why I said the most ubiquitous Chicago beer.
Okay.
It is the beer you think of when you think of what is the most famous craft beer in Chicago. It's gonna always be that. People line up. It hasn't been as rare the last couple of years because I think they've expanded production. But back when I first started drinking beer, I heard about this one. That was like the first one I heard about.
Okay.
And I could not find it for 5 or 6 years because essentially it's released every year in November, usually on Black Friday. People line up for it. They
line up for beer on Black Friday.
It's like a Jordan release, man.
Bro, what?
It's crazy. Like, they had such a limited production when they first started that essentially if you didn't get it on the day it released, you weren't getting it at all.
So were you one of those people that lined up overnight, camped out for some beer?
No. So when I first got with my most recent ex.
Most recent ex.
Yeah, I know. It's the weirdest part to put it out there. But when I first got with her, she lived near a grocery store that would have that production. They would have the bottles.
Okay.
So my first time ever actually trying it was like, hey, can you go to this store that's 2 miles from you, because I won't be able to get it when it's released because I work that day.
Right.
But can you go get this beer? And then when I first tried it, it was like, It was the best beer of its variant
Okay.
that I had ever tried. And then the weird part about it is that it was literally the first beer of this style as well. So the weird thing about when it was into that competition in '95, it was disqualified because it didn't have a category that it fit into. You know what I'm saying? It was sort of a bastard child. It didn't have it didn't have its own category, but it still got an honorable mention because I would assume they thought it was the best beer there.
Okay.
So it is a stout that's brewed in bourbon barrels, or aged in bourbon barrels. Is probably the better term.
So before you continue your education, I just want to give a little background on me real quick because you said fuck me basically in my experience with beer.
I mean, you said that actually at the beginning, unless
No,
you forgot it.
yeah, I just want to be clear one more time, right? Is that I am actually not a big beer drinker, not to the level that Aaron is at all, right? I'll enjoy a brewski here or there. I'm actually so bad at this that I went to go get the Goose Island Bourbon County Stout that he said, and apparently I got the wrong version. Because apparently there's multiple fucking versions of this beer. I didn't know that. But I'm your average Joe when it comes to beer. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, right? So I'm just giving it to you straight how it tastes. Because a lot of people like me who will just drink beer, not professionally like Aaron does, but still enjoy the taste, or we hate the taste. But as we're just trying these beers throughout the series, right? I'm just giving it to you straight what I think about it.
Yeah, and so it's funny that you brought up that they have different variants. They have so many different variants. Actually wasn't able to find out how many. From what I actually seen, there was one year where they released like 7 different ones.
Okay.
So I know of that, but in 2010 they first started doing that. And the first one was like a coffee based one, which I can imagine coffee playing very well with this. So a little history on Goose. They are, like I said, Chicago based. They're named after the Goose Island in Chicago, which is so weird because it's like we have islands here in Chicago. We're landlocked. Not quite. We have Lake Michigan, so therefore we have islands. Okay, so clearly, guys, I messed up. Goose Island is actually not a real island. It's sort of a man-made artificial island in the middle of Chicago. So, my bad on that.
Okay.
It's founded in '88 by Greg and John Hall. They don't own it currently. That's the weird part about it. It's owned by Anheuser-Busch Beverage. You'll know them from
like Busch
their
Light
beers. Busch, yes. I believe that's
bottom barrel for sure.
It's garbage. It's so garbage. It's a garbage beer. I believe they also own Michelob, but it's not about them. It's about Goose Island. And matter of fact,
when do we get to drink this?
Let's do this now.
Yeah, I want to try it, bro. It's noon-ish on a Sunday. I don't get to drink this early this often, so I've been standing this beer for about 20 minutes, bro. It's time.
So, first things first, because Sean is your common man. They do recommend drinking it out of the snifter. So that's what a snifter. It's a snifter glass. It's essentially what you drink cognac out of.
Looks like a wine.
It allows you. It's not, because a wine glass will be longer stem and definitely more fluted. But I get why you would think that. But it's essentially because you're basic. It allows you to essentially smell all the notes. It puts it all into one area, and it gives you more body for the beer. So I'm gonna pour this on camera.
Are snifters mad expensive? I assume not, right?
No, this is $4. Are you kidding me?
I mean, I wouldn't fucking know.
Oh, it smells so good.
Describe that.
It's like it gives you the aroma of bourbon. You get that, but you also smell like just a little bit of chocolate. I don't want to bore the people with the notes that you get off of this. It's more about the taste than anything, because I mean, you could smell beer all day, but you're never gonna know what it tastes like.
Fair enough. So bottoms up.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Like, you still get, it's still very bourbon forward, because essentially this is 100 days on a bourbon barrel. There's no way you don't get that bourbon flavor.
Okay.
But you also, like I said, you taste the same chocolate that you smell on the nose. A little caramel. I don't want to on the mic too much, but
just like a dessert.
Yeah, it can work well with dessert because it is a stout. Stout is considered more of a dessert beer. Now, it's like Sean said, it's noon right now, noon-ish. This is the first thing I put on my stomach. So I can't drink it, can't drink it too hard. Well, I'll end up on here just slurring my words.
That's fine, bro. It's a show for the people that can relate to that, being beer drinkers.
Which is
So
crazy. Because this sits at 14% alcohol, so it does pack a punch.
okay.
So Sean, give it a taste. See what you taste. This will be your first time having this beer. So
In my entire life, right? Again, it's the Goose Island Bourbon County brand special #4 Stout. This one has 13.3% alcohol. So here's my breakfast. Bottoms up.
There you go.
So I was always told to drink it straight out of the bottle.
That's
right?
because you're a coon.
Because that's what your average man does. But if I'm being honest with you, bro, hold on. I got to take one more sip because
This is a different reaction than I expected from you.
this tastes like breakfast.
That makes
like,
sense.
I could have some waffles, right, with some maple syrup, some bacon, and this right now, and it would be delicious, bro.
That makes sense.
So yeah, it's oatmeal stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee and maple syrup. So that's what
that makes a lot of
when
sense.
I taste that, bro. So for it to only be noon, right? I feel like this is breakfast in a bottle.
Yeah, yours is closer to what you could have with breakfast. I mean, people might look at you weird if you're pouring a beer up for breakfast, but it has all the notes. The one you have, it has all the notes that would work very well with your breakfast platter, right?
I'll be honest with you, bro. After the year we just went through, like if you're not drinking with your breakfast, something might be wrong with you. Because we've been through a lot, and I feel like we've all earned a sip or two at breakfast, at lunch, at dinner, whenever the fuck you want. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not. Honest to God, it's been one hell of a year. Happy birthday, COVID, right?
Thanks.
At least COVID in the United States. Happy birthday, lockdown. That's really what it is.
God damn. Hopefully it's almost over with.
Yeah. Well, the vaccines are being rolled out, so that's not it's over the horizon. We can really see the end coming, but experts say there won't be really an end per se. It'll be like maybe like the first few years of polio. So, which polio I think took 5 years. So,
so I guess as long as I'm with this every day, like I'm fine, bro. I'll get through the days with this shit because honestly, bro, I don't even drink IPAs or stouts like that anymore. I used to fuck with Lagunitas very heavy.
Another brewery heavy. That has a warehouse in Chicago. They might be a West Coast brewery, but they have a warehouse in Chicago.
Back in my heyday, I was a scumbag and I would drink 12 packs of Bud Light Platinum.
Ooh, boy.
12 packs a day.
That has to be a beer we try on here. It's so gross. But
yeah, but this, bro, honestly, like again, even you give me some oatmeal with this, bro, pour it up. This is a very breakfasty beer for me. I couldn't imagine having this at dinner time. It wouldn't pair well to me with your steaks, with your chicken. I don't see that.
No, usually you'd probably order an IPA or some type of barley wine with your steak, and then dessert will come around, and they'll only offer this in a 10-ounce pour. You're never going to get this like in a pint glass. It's ridiculous because of how high the alcohol is, and you'll have it with like your chocolate lava cake or something of that nature, something chocolatey or something rich. It plays very well with that because of the vanilla, and in your case, because of the coffee and the maple syrup. It plays very well with like desserts.
Okay.
So consider it a dessert beer. But let's talk about something that I sort of alluded to early on, and it's our sort of history with beer. So I'll start with me. I had my first sip of beer, and please don't call DCFS on my parents. When I was like 6.
What?
So, like I took my dad's bottle, like it was laying around. I took a beer bottle and I took a sip, and it was fucking gross. So I hadn't had my second sip of beer until I was 19 or 18. It was 18. It was before I was 19. So when I was 18, when I went out to college, because that's all you'd find at these parties. I didn't even drink when I was that age, really, like that. because I didn't like drinking. But 6 months at a very small school in a very small town, you learn to pick up habits, and
Facts.
drinking was the one I picked up. So during that time, obviously you're a college student, you don't have a lot of money. I drank this beer called Keystone Light. If
Keystone is
anybody's
a college staple because I had the same shit when I was in college, bro. You get a 30 pack for like $8, bro. What the fuck?
exactly,
You can't beat that.
it's a cheap beer that you can get drunk off of. Even better one to get drunk off of is if anybody has like if you have like an extra $4, is Keystone Ice, which is a higher alcohol variant of Keystone Light. It's like 6%, which is fucking amazing for the price that you get it for.
And if you think back to your college days, bro, if you really think back, right, you don't know any better. So honestly, your objective is to get drunk. You don't think this beer tastes good, this beer doesn't taste good.
No.
You and I have similar experiences. When I don't even remember how old I was, to be honest with you, when I first sipped beer. I just know it was MGD. And I know it was at my grandparents' house. I don't know if I stole it from my grandpa because he was an MGD fanatic,
There it
or
is.
if my aunt Shantae might have given it to me on some slick shit. I don't remember. But I do know it was fucking gross.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Had half a sip, spit it out, and I swore to myself at a very young age I would never in my entire life do that again. Clearly I lied to myself, right? Because in college you get peer pressured into shit. You just want to do it, you want to fit in. So Keystone and me became best fucking friends.
There you go.
For my entire freshman year. But then you graduate and you
exactly.
elevate your beer palate.
That's funny because a Chicago group by the name of the Cool Kids, if you know them, Mikey Rocks has a line, I'm nasty like the first time trying beer. You never seem to like it when you first tried.
I've never met anybody that's ever liked it the first time. I've never met anybody. And if you do, you're a fucking psychopath.
That might be true. But it is an acquired taste. So my first foray with craft beer was when I was 21. I said that earlier. And this happened, shout out to JV from the High Chicago podcast. We went to Wisconsin and Trader Joe's, and I was like, let me grab some of these beers, man. And I grabbed a 6-pack, and the first craft beer I ended up falling in love with was Bell's Two Hearted Ale, which is an IPA. Okay. And it's 9%. It's your standard fare IPA, if you will, but it's like, it's done so well. It tastes so good. And it got me down this path where I'm drinking craft beer 90% of the time when I drink beer. Like I remember coming to like parties at Jay's house, and I'm the weirdo who has like a 12 beers that are all different. Everybody else
getting to, like, because they have 30 packs of the Keystone, they got Bud Light, they got MGD, they got all your standard basic bitch beer.
Right.
Here you are coming into parties, fucking wearing leather pants and fucking shit.
I've never worn leather pants.
12 pack, with your 12 pack of random shit.
It's honestly Trader Joe's, Benny's, even Whole Foods, I think, has a section. Like those places where you can create your own 12-pack, or 6-pack, really. It allows you to try so many different beers. And
there's some people out there that don't even know what you're talking about right now. What do you mean create your own 6-pack, create your own 12-pack?
Basically, they'll have a wall of beers, just a big wall of beers that they'll have maybe like 6 or 7 of them like in a row or whatever, but they're like 20 or 30 different beers, and you get to pick and choose which ones you want to put into a 6-pack case. I keep saying 12. Shit, I think I need a 12-pack, so it sounds like. but it allows you to put them into a 6-pack, and you pay a standard fee, which I think is like, usually it's $9 or $10, but you get to try 6 different beers instead of always having to buy a 6-pack of the same beer. If you don't like it, you're stuck with 6 of them, right?
Right.
So I like that more. Like when I first started drinking, that was kind of the thing. I was gonna always just get a make your own 6-pack. And I've had some beers that ended up being pours, like just pour out into the sink. Every beer I've had is not the best beer. Just put it like that.
Of course not, right? But because you've tried so many beers, and I guess my question for you is, how many beers do you think you've tried since you've downloaded that Untapped app?
I believe it's at 400.
You've tried 400 different beers.
Yeah, I've tried more than that.
That's from the app.
Yeah, that's just what's on record.
I would love to hear from anybody who's even on that level with trying that amount of beers in general. Because transparency for me, I'm probably below 30 different types. I'm a very simple person. If I like something, I'm just gonna stick with it. I'm not as adventurous as Aaron is in all aspects of his life, you know.
That's true. But I'm glad that we got to get together and do this because this is something different from our regular podcast. It's something that revolves around a subject I think many are familiar with, but not a lot dive into the connoisseur level, right? But guys, if you have any comments about this, let us know.
Or if you want to join one day, like any beer lovers out there, please come talk to us. Come talk to Aaron. I'll just sit by and just eat my breakfast while you guys are fucking talking.
I would absolutely love it.
Or drink my breakfast, I should say.
Drink your breakfast. There you go. I would absolutely love it if anybody like just has like a good like level of beer knowledge that will come in here, just sit with us, talk with us about it. If you like it, let us know. Give us a like on this video, subscribe, share this with your friends. We just really like to have the support, and we like to get shit out there that many people will enjoy.
And you guys can again find us on YouTube. You guys can find us on any podcast platform. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, you name it, we're there. It's Hi Chicago. Please come rock with us.
Yep. And then follow us. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Hi Chicago 312, and Instagram. Same tag. Thanks. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I need to try to find an outro for this because it can't be the same as the podcast.
How about bottoms up?
Bottoms up.